So after you've got the update manager, the next thing that it wants you to, suggest you take a look at is the system settings. So this is going to be probably a whole bunch in and of itself. But just generally, this will be like your settings in Windows, except much easier to find what you're looking for. It's all kind of in one place and laid out, fairly intuitively. So it says, have a look at the system settings and configure your operating system the way you like. It says, don't hesitate to customize it and make it feel like home. So yeah, it's we'll just go ahead and hit launch here, just to open that up and give you a brief overview. I'll go into these more in detail later, I believe, because there's a lot to cover just in this. But you can see here it's broken up into categories: appearance, preferences, and if you scroll this window down, it keeps going. There's hardware section and the administration section. So pretty much what these will cover is, just your basic system settings. So backgrounds, for appearance, you have backgrounds, effects, font selection, and themes. So, you can change what the fonts look like, the size of them. You can change the colors and things like that of your operating system, like we were doing earlier with from the welcome screen, stuff like that. Preferences, you've got accessibility options, details for your account if you needed to change it. There's all kinds of stuff, as you can see here. Date and time you can change here. The desktop settings, there's extensions, there's just general settings, preference settings that you can go to for stuff that doesn't fit a specific category. All sorts of stuff is all here and available for you. Notification settings, and we can go through these at like I said, in more detail at a later date, when we can just actually dive into what each feature does and what you can do with it, where to find stuff. Scrolling down over here, so the hardware stuff. So if you have I need to see something with my mouse, well, that's right here, mouse and touchpad. It's pretty intuitive to find it. Like, oh, mouse settings, okay, it's in the hardware, it's my computer's hardware. Oh, keyboard settings, well, that's right here. Oh, my display settings for my monitor or my TV or whatever's hooked up to my computer, there it is right there. So it's not as buried. It's not, it's, to me, it's much easier to figure out and find what I'm looking for compared to Windows, for sure. And pretty much all the settings related to these things will be in here. Like, it'll just be where it is, where you would think it is, for the most part. There are probably a couple of exceptions to that, but for the most part, it's all, it's all where you would expect to find settings related to your monitor. Well, it's probably here in the display section. So and then the final section, administration, it's got the driver manager that we've already seen. You can pull that up from here. Some other things, so NVIDIA settings. So this specifically showed up because I have the NVIDIA video card in my computer, so otherwise that wouldn't be there with the drivers and everything. And then you have software sources and users and groups, things like that. We can go into more of that later as well. So, but system settings, if you want to fiddle, take your time, especially with things like fonts and themes and stuff like that. That's definitely some fun stuff you can play around with to customize the look and feel of it, and make it more like what you're looking for overall. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and close that. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn even more, you can find my books at bookstoread.com/Jonathan. That's books, the number 2, read.com/JONATHAN.